first the business perspective. If I say the ROI perspective,
Mm-hmm.
Meta is the ultimate platform.
Okay.
There are many platforms that you can go for the ads, but if you want to generate good audience and revenue from advertisement platform, that Meta is
Mm-hmm.
the ultimate platform from what I have experienced, and I have
Okay.
given based on my coaches, clients, and other industry that I have worked over the period of 5 years, and based on that, and more
Okay.
important, the changes that I have been seeing in Meta in 2024, especially if you can see the in back 2023 or before that, people used to follow the tofu, mofu, bofu kind of funnel, and
Exactly. We
that's
have those three.
yes. First, in the top of funnel, you have to do awareness. In second, you have to engagement, and then you have to go for the conversion,
Exactly.
right? Lead or any other part. So,
Mm-hmm.
but in 2024, that is not working.
So, hi everybody, those who are watching and listening, welcome back to my show, Experience with Anish. So, in this podcast, we'll be learning everything about AI, SaaS, automation, all the things that's related to AI, okay? But in this podcast is going to be a bit different. We are not going to entirely dive deep into AI, SaaS, but it's going to be more related to marketing and LinkedIn especially. Because I have a guest who is a LinkedIn top voice badge holder, so which is really awesome. So today, my guest is none other than Sachin Yadav, who is a Facebook ad specialist, and he also helps coaches to grow their business to 10x or how much ever growth you want to keep it. And he also has this LinkedIn Top Voice badge holder. Okay, so thank you again, Sachin, for being on my show. How do you feel?
Thank you, Anish. It's really being a great pleasure in your show. I think it's the second time I'm in this
Exactly.
show, and last time we got a lot of love from the our audience,
Mm-hmm.
and this time we are going to have a solid conversation from our side so that our audience can get most value from this podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe they are going to love this.
Awesome. And I still remember the last time when we had this conversation, right? Like you were doing good on LinkedIn, but you were not getting this, LinkedIn top voice badge. But I think after that you've got this and it's been really a great journey looking at you. And again, like as I said, like you were my earlier connection when I started my journey on LinkedIn. So we had those connections right from the start. So it's
Yes.
always, special to have you on my show.
Yes, on that time, actually, when we connected on LinkedIn, I had 2000 somewhere followers on
Exactly,
LinkedIn,
exactly.
and I was quite starting my journey.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been, I think, 2.5 year we are connected each other, and we are, friends on other platform also personally.
Exactly.
And from there to today, and I have been, believing one thing about myself that I have to be the top 1%,
Mm-hmm.
and the strategy, the approach that I have been following. I'm not saying that I'm really great in that, but there are many people who are doing the same thing or the different thing or much higher. But
Exactly.
the impact that I'm thinking in my mind, that I have vision, I have something that I want to showcase myself, because if nowadays if you see my LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
it's totally different person,
Yeah.
right? So the level of quality content, the level of pictures, videos are going on the platform, and people are loving it. And you won't believe, many people said me that when you are going to launch your movie, going to in this kind
I
of,
did.
yes.
Exactly. I did see that yesterday in your status. Like I did saw that one of your, follower has given this comment like, when are you gonna get
Yes.
into Bollywood? Because you are actually not only leveling up your meta ads, but you're also leveling up your photography while you're creating
Yes, yes.
content, right?
So it was just one single screenshot that I posted on the status and everywhere, but
Mm-hmm.
there are around 10 to 12 people in this month. They told me for that your journey has been remarkable, and it shows that you're an influencer, or you need to go into this kind of state. Okay, I say that okay, I will try it. But that's a
Awesome.
different feeling when you see that your
Exactly.
audience is loving yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and they are giving so much love to you, and the more important that you have to give back to those audience, and that's
Very
more
true. Very
important.
true. Yes. So with this, we'll get into the actual session and we'll try to keep this, I think probably next 15 to 20 minutes, like as much power packed as possible. We'll try to provide as much value as possible. Okay. So let's get straight into it. So Sachin, like you have started, I mean, like your journey has been starting from Meta ads. Okay. Like you were completely into Facebook ads before that, but now it's called Meta, but you were like completely into Meta ads. So like what is the current status of Meta ads? I wanted to ask you because I mean, like we've had a lot of changes, like all this regulation. Like first, when you talk about meta ads, like first biggest change was all this I mean EU regulations, right? So tracking and all those things, and now we have a lot of this AI tools to enhance your copy and those things. So like, what do you think is the current state of meta ads, and is it really giving the kind of attraction or be it lead generation that people are claiming it to be? So what do you say about that?
Yes, first the business perspective. If I say the ROI perspective,
Hmm.
Meta is the ultimate platform.
Okay.
There are many platforms that you can go for the ads, but if you want to generate good audience and revenue from advertisement platform, that Meta is
Hmm.
the ultimate platform from what I have experienced, and I have
Okay.
given based on my coaches, clients, and other industry that I have worked over the period of 5 years, and based on that, and more
Okay.
important, the changes that I have been seeing in Meta in 2024, especially if you can see the in back 2023 or before that, people used to follow the tofu, mofu, bofu kind of funnel, and
Exactly. We
that's
have those three.
yes. First, in the top of funnel, you have to do awareness. In second, you have to engagement, and then you have to go for the conversion,
Exactly.
right? Lead or any other part. So,
Hmm.
but in 2024, that is not working. But
Okay.
I have, but
Okay.
I have been seeing a lot of people and a lot of Facebook advertiser, and they are following the exact what have been working in 2022, 2020, and before that.
Okay.
So what I believe, one thing that what was working yesterday may not be working today,
Hmm.
and in
Totally.
2024 Facebook is very clear what
Okay.
you want.
Okay.
What you
So it
want, you want lead,
exactly.
go for the
Okay.
lead. You want you want sales, go for the sales. But
Okay.
if you're thinking I'm running traffic campaign or
Hmm.
landing page view campaign, and you are thinking that I will get leads, it's a big myth.
Okay. Totally understood. I mean, even when I used to, learn a lot about meta ads, like back then, I've not like completely, dive deep into meta ads, but when I was also learning, like I had this another person, I think his name was, Ben Heath, if I'm not wrong. He's also like completely meta ads,
Yes,
like, he's an expert. So he also says the same thing, like exactly what's the objective that you're trying to achieve. If it's lead, then obviously you have to get into lead generation. If it's sales, like obviously you have to get to conversions. Like instead of are trying to make it as much complex as possible, it's always good to go with all the things that you actually wanted, right?
true. It's so simple. Yes,
Hmm.
before this 2023, 2024, it was complicated, Facebook,
Okay.
but now Facebook has become so simple,
Hmm.
and because of its AI, because in the past few years Facebook has so much data about his or is its audience, right? So
Understood.
that's why, and more important, AI is more evolving into Meta and other platform as we are seeing in the world, right? That's
Understood.
why it has become much easier to run Facebook ad. But yes, it looks easier, but
Hmm.
it is not, because
Obviously.
technical part every day changing, UI UX is changing, Meta, and the approach is changing. If you are somebody who just leave Meta for 3 months and you come back,
Hmm.
you will see a different Meta.
Exactly. Understood.
So some of the things might have moved. Just example, earlier Pixel, there was Pixel, but now it's in data set.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things that I am not able to right now to tell you, but it has moved a lot.
Understood. Totally. Fine. So with that, let's get into your actual business, which is coaching. Like you help coaches to, 10x their business, right? So I have had this experience, okay? Like if you look at any people out there, everybody would have started being a freelancer. And then probably they would have built an agency and things like that. But most people after they
Mhm.
become, I would say, a decent success in freelancing, they wanted to be a coach. Everybody starts selling their coach. Like everybody claim that, I want to be the next coach, right? So what do you think is the current landscape of being a coach? And is it true that every coach is actually delivering the value that people claim it to be? Because I've had this personal experience. Like I wouldn't say I've taken few courses, but I've had this experience of looking at the coaches, like what are they trying to claim, right? So is it like really that valuable? And like, what is it that you want to talk about in specific to coaches?
Yes, in 2024, and I think before that also, and in the next
Hmm.
3 to 5 years, coaching industry is going to rule the world, because
Okay,
if you
that's a big
see
claim.
yes,
Mm.
yes, and it's already doing it actually. Why I'm
Okay.
saying this? Because if you see the what we traditional schooling and everything,
Hmm.
people not getting jobs.
True.
People are, because I have my friends and family and I know multiple people, and
Hmm.
you, I think, and my our audience also have uh, some of audience will be there also, and their friends and family also, they are going for the government job preparation, they are going for private also, but they are not getting jobs.
Exactly.
They are not getting that skill where they can say that I know this and I need a job, and on the
Okay.
basis of they can do it.
Hmm.
So that's why the privatization is going on the highest scale, and
Hmm.
more important, these coaches are helping them to get the right what they want.
Okay.
Because just example, I know the Facebook, I know the digital marketing part.
Hmm.
So if somebody is coming, I can exactly tell you how you can do this. So,
Okay.
but one more thing that we also need to see that just because of the money part people are seeing in coaching industry, a lot of wrong people are also coming in this area.
Okay.
So we have to understand who is right, who we can be aware of.
Understood. No, because like like I've specifically put that claim because I have seen it. Like I have seen people who are a good freelancer. Like I don't mean to say, I'm not trying to downgrade their expertise. Okay, they might be a good freelancer, but that doesn't make them a good coach, or that doesn't make them, being a person who tries to help others, right? Because I have had this experience, which is why I wanted to specifically ask you, like, does people really provide value that they claim it to be?
In the Facebook industry, if I say
Hmm.
in Facebook and digital marketing industry, what have been seeing that people who just do job or learn somewhere about one skill of digital marketing, and yes, it's not their fault because they also need money, right?
Exactly.
They are also here
Obviously.
for the job and everything, but
Hmm.
most of the time they are not the right fit. They do not follow the right process, because in digital marketing, what is that, you don't need to study about it. You just need to have a hand on experience properly, in a under of any guidance,
Understood.
any expert. That can be agency, that can be a singular person, right? But most of people just learn from the YouTube, learn from the some of the courses, and come into this and have a hyper claim about it, and at the end of there is a loss of coaches and the clients, and they have gone, the person don't have anything to lose. But yes, but we have to understand who is the expert, who is the person we
Hmm.
need to go for, and who have good results also.
Okay, understood. Fine. Now let's get into this actual business part. Okay, like when you're saying that you're helping coaches, right? So how do you do them? Like apart from using Meta ads to generate leads and do the sales, like also do you use any other strategy in order to help your coaches build their business? And like if so, what are those?
So the best part I would say in the strategy is that I follow the current strategy,
Okay.
which we had, like tofu wofu is the wrong
Mm-hmm.
approach. And a lot of
Okay.
coaches also me approach in the way of, like my current coaches, they
Mm-hmm.
approach me saying that Sachin, I attended this workshop or attended this seminar, and there were people calling about, like, first you need to run traffic campaign, engagement campaign, then you should go for the conversion campaign, that is
Mm-hmm.
lead or purchase campaign. But I say that one thing, and those advertisers gave them 3 months plan for this way.
Okay.
First, go for the first month branding, second month or 15
Second.
days, So this way you will at least go for the 1 month to 2 months without having money in your pocket.
Hmm.
You're just giving money to your advertiser and the
Exactly.
pers- the person. So that's the people still they are following this step.
Hmm.
Yes, they might be getting the results, but the current that I follow the simplicity
Hmm.
that ad strategy is the major part that you have to look on.
Okay.
I say one thing: what you say and how you say both matters.
True.
That is the ultimate thing that you go for.
Okay.
If you can
So
control on these two, done.
understood. So like apart from Meta ads, do you use any other, let's say, LinkedIn strategy, like LinkedIn generating leads on LinkedIn, or like do you run any sort of LinkedIn ads and things like that, or like do you specifically and only focus on Meta ads?
So we are expert in meta ads.
Okay.
So we have meta ad expertise, and we majorly help coaches and education ad tech businesses to grow their business on the revenue side,
Okay.
and we help them to build right funnel, so that they can make profit out of that.
Okay. Understood. So which means like your full focus is on Meta ads, right?
Yes.
Okay, understood. Fine. So with that, now let's get into the actual LinkedIn part. Okay. I think, the most, I would say everybody have started using LinkedIn. It's been really great to see a lot of people are jumping on LinkedIn. They wanted to build their personal brand on LinkedIn. And you being a very good LinkedIn expert because you've got this LinkedIn, top voice badge, right? So, uh, please do give us your content strategy first. So look, I think we can, dive down deep into this. Okay. So first you just give me your content strategy and then let's just talk a bit more about it.
So it's quite wide answer
Okay.
question, but I would like to give in some words or lines.
Mm-hmm.
So my content strategy initially was to reach maximum audience.
Okay.
So our in the initial phase, yes, I wanted to known in the particular area,
Mm-hmm.
so that I can make impact. Just example, from starting, I have been doing social media marketing to now specifically Facebook ad.
Okay.
So these are the two major part. But like I was following, like in a week I was posting in the initial phase, but now I do better, five content in a week, but now I do
Okay.
six content in a week.
Okay.
Initially, so what I was doing 2 to 3 posts that was related to my services, my
Mm-hmm.
service, and in that I was not saying that buy my courses, buy my service. I was just giving value. I was just kind of teaching people in a
Mm-hmm.
value form. And 2 to 3, it depends upon how I go week to week. So 2 to 3 post I was creating on motivation. I was creating on the content, kind of content that LinkedIn hits it,
Okay.
like you can say motivation, life hacks, and corporate life, and these are all other categories that was giving me the major reach to the
Mm-hmm.
audience. Because what I believe, the more you go in front of audience, the visibility will increase.
Okay.
So that was I was playing, and there was a post in the last year that hit 2 million impressions,
Oh, awesome. That's
and I got 5 to 6,000 followers within 24 to 48 hours
oh
from a single post.
yeah.
And
And what was that post about?
that was post related to corporate life, something there was,
Okay. And was
and
it a
that
carousel?
hitted. Sorry.
Was it a carousel post or was it a written,
Yes, it was carousel,
Okay.
and right now carousel is working the best. But LinkedIn now has come up with video, so you can
Exactly.
go for the video
Which,
also. But
yeah.
but just need to understand perspective of video also. But
Mm-hmm.
as of now, carousel is working the best.
Okay, fine. So no, actually, my question was next was about videos because I've seen a lot of people talking about video that you have to jump, that you have to or try to double down on producing video on LinkedIn, right? And in fact, like I've had a conversation with another LinkedIn expert, like he just told me that video works really well, and if you try to go longer videos, which is like anywhere between 6 to 8 minutes videos, right? That is doing much more better than short videos, what he has told me. But even short videos make a lot of impact and gives you a good reach. So what do you have to say about videos? Like, have you started creating more videos, and like what was your impressions and all those metrics were like?
So, me and my team have not tested much about the video ad, but what I
Okay,
have, we are just going on the with video ad on the LinkedIn platform. But right now, we are just posting one video in a week to
okay.
see what kind of it gives the results. But one more thing, I believe that if any platform comes with
Mm-hmm.
any new feature, they
Mm-hmm.
first try to push it so that they can get most data out of it to
Understood.
understand that how I'm going to play on this platform for this.
Understood.
So
Okay,
yes,
fine.
video that anybody should go for the LinkedIn right now because it's new.
Understood. Uh, Now, let me ask you about this LinkedIn Top Voice badge. Okay, so I have had this question for a longer time, and I'm gonna ask you. See, whenever other people, including myself, like when we look at this, badge, right, LinkedIn Top Voice badge, we do know that you are an expert. Like we can know that you're being authoritative, like an expert in your space, right? So apart from that, that's like on your audience side. But in your side, does LinkedIn give you any sort of insider information about their platform, or do they give any sort of, I would say, any strategies or hacks on how to grow on LinkedIn? Like, how does that actually, what is the actual use of those badges apart from you showing that you're an expert?
Uh, there's nothing like that I have observed as of now. It's
Okay,
just the you are the we are on the same page actually. But
okay,
what how this top badge works? Actually, it works on. I think most of people don't understand about this badge work, how
sure.
this works and how you can get it. It majorly works. It doesn't matter how much follower you have. What is
Mm-hmm,
your number on LinkedIn?
mm-hmm,
Matter is what is the influence of your post
okay,
and how it. Just example, in the last year,
mm-hmm,
I had 2 to 3 posts that was reaching more than lakhs impressions, and one
understood.
post reaches 2 lakhs.
Mm-hmm,
So it was really giving impact to my audience, and it was reaching.
okay.
So LinkedIn badge is more about your influence that you build on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Because even I've had this experience because whenever I look at this LinkedIn top voice badges, right? Like I have seen there are few people who would have like let's say more than 100K followers, but they do not have a LinkedIn top voice badge. But on the other hand, like I've literally seen people who are having just like 5 to 6 thousand followers, but they do have that. And that's where, like as you said, the impact and the influence that their posts are creating for their audiences, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So that is how what I have observed that it doesn't matter how much followers you have. I have seen some
Mm-hmm.
of people who have even 1,000, 1,500 followers as well. They
Mm-hmm.
have this top voice badge just
Okay.
because their post reach and their influence was much better than
Mm-hmm.
other.
Okay. Understood.
So it's based on your influence actually, how you
Okay.
create it.
Understood. And apart from that, as I've asked you, there's like no any special information or any sort of, I would say inside information that LinkedIn gives you.
No, no, there's nothing like that. One thing it gives you for 6 month free. Uh, what we call it, sales navigator tool.
Wow. I mean, Sales Navigator tool is so costly and they give it you for free for 6 months.
Yes, yes, it's
Okay,
for
so
6 months.
that's the advantage. I would say that's a perk of getting the badge is what I would say, right?
Yes, yes. You can say right now if you go for the this sales navigator, it will cost you 3 to 4 thousand rupees something
Exactly, per
per month.
month. Exactly.
And if I go for 3,000 also for 6 months, I think it goes 18,000
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not wrong. Eighteen
Exactly.
thousand, 20,000 rupees.
Yeah.
So that's also a good
Wow.
thing.
Probably. I think everybody have to start focusing on it because I mean,
Mm.
I've used this LinkedIn Sales Navigator for a while. Like the amount of leads. and the quality of lead that you can generate. Leads as in, I mean, you can source those leads and then probably have to do a lot of lead generation method in order to make it warm and all those things, right? But
Right.
if you want to source a very good amount of leads, then LinkedIn Sales Navigator is like really good. I would say it's top, right? Like,
Yes,
what was your
is the
experience?
perfect, is the perfect tool that I would say. But
Mm-hmm.
more important, I say one thing. Uh, if you see my journey and my everything, how
Okay.
I look it as a service provider in the
Mm-hmm.
industry.
Mm-hmm.
I do not try to reach out the people.
Okay.
I want people. It's not ego kind of, because in business there should not be ego. It's just
Mm-hmm.
something
Okay.
psychological study that I follow, that I think that I people should reach out to me,
Mm-hmm.
and if they reach out to you, the conversion is much easier.
Yes, that's obviously. I mean, when there's an inbound, I mean, it's going to give you a lot of things. But also, when you're getting started, or like before you build your expertise and before you become an expert in a field, obviously you have to do a lot of outbound, right? Rather than like fully focusing on inbound.
So what I believe, in a 3 months period of time,
Mm-hmm.
anybody can come on LinkedIn and in a 3 months can build a good influence and can build a good brand over here.
Okay.
So yes, if that person doesn't know, he
Mm-hmm.
or she can hire somebody who is expert into LinkedIn and outsource that part, and he will do it for you. As
True.
example, uh, anybody can do Facebook ad
Yes.
and watching some couple of YouTube videos. But why
Yes.
people still come to us and pay that amount, right? Because of that expertise level. The
Expertise.
same thing on the
Exactly.
LinkedIn, same on the LinkedIn, same on the Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
because we the people who are testing, trying multiple things with multiple people, and we understand these kind of work things works on that, and these kind of things works on this way. So almost we crack the code, kind of.
Understood. Understood. So I think with that we are coming to an end, and I want to end this with the AI tools itself because we cannot, stop any of the podcasts. In fact, my podcast, as I said, it's like completely focused on AI and SaaS, those things. Okay. So again, like for your Facebook ads, what sort of tools do you use and do you do any sort of, customization? Like how does it work?
So for me, best is, I would say, go for the chat GPT right now. For the
Okay.
content writing, for the strategy, for research, I go for completely on chat GPT. And also
Mm-hmm.
even I find out what are the audience targeting that I can
Okay.
target in the Facebook ads,
Mm-hmm.
and what is the ad copy. It gives you the exactly ad copies, headliners, everything. The number one tool that I use is chat GPT.
Okay. So
And for the,
do you use with the subscription and do you also explore a lot of
it's free.
GPTs or like
It's free right now. I've been using free version, because
mm-hmm.
for if you also can go for the paid version when you want to explore daily, where you can just give
Exactly.
some prompt and come up with video and images part, right?
Mm-hmm.
So but I don't recommend for that. For that you can use Canva, that is free, or you can use paid version of the Canva, because every time you cannot go for the AI video or image,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
So in our industry, people, just like if you're selling clothes,
Mm-hmm.
so you cannot go on the chat GPT and have a cloth, AI cloth, right?
True.
So you have to have your own picture. But yes, you can go for it. Chat GPT free version is the best right now.
Yes. And also I wanted to ask you another question here. Like uh, how does your tool stack look like? I mean, what sort of tools do you use right from, managing your clients or managing your projects, getting these invoices? Like, do you have any sort of, in like, one platform that does everything for you, or like, do you integrate with a lot of other platforms? I would also ask you anything related to automations. Do you have any sort of tools that you use for automation? On the whole, how does your tool stack look like to run your entire business?
Great, great. So right now I use Mac. So in Mac I have notes first, where I note down whenever I go on meeting. At the back
Mm-hmm.
end I'm keeping on the notes, so
Okay.
that if I in the next month that client comes out, so I have that
Mm,
note. I just look out and I understand this was the communication I had with the client
okay.
in a short. And
Understood.
second, I have the Google Sheet.
Mm-hmm.
There I manage every data of my clients.
Okay.
And I also use Google Doc. These are simple tools. I don't go for the hyper
Fans
tools
and understood.
like yes, Notion kind of, or something that is very looks very heavy in the mind, just right. So I don't go. I just use basics and simple thing, because I my speciality is about simplicity
Mm-hmm.
that I carry, and that I the same I give to my clients whenever they come. I just follow the simple rule formula steps so that they can start their journey as soon as possible. And for the brainstorming and everything, I use MindNode, where I make mind mapping and everything. I
Okay.
use MindNode, and yeah, there are quite more also. Uh, I think I need to recollect more. And for the invoicing, I use Swipe, and I
Okay.
use Razorpay also.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this is the best, these tools.
Okay.
I
Awesome.
right now I use Razorpay, but I have also figured out that Swipe, it gives you direct billing and everything. Creates.
Fine, understand. I think you kind of remind me of something, which is, as you said, simplicity. Because currently, as after there are a hell lot of tools out there in the market. Okay, be it SaaS product, like we have a lot of tools, and everybody are looking out for your subscription. And sometimes, even though you might not require those tools, you kind of do it because of, I wouldn't say pressure, but you think that even I should do that so that I will learn, so that probably my business grows, right? So instead of you being simple, obviously, if there's a requirement for you to do any sort of automation, you need to do it. And there's like nothing wrong in exploring and trying to implement it as well. But if you're
True.
fine with it and if you're able to, be as efficient and as productive as possible using these simple tools like Google Sheets and Google Docs, even that's fine, right? You shouldn't just start using a lot of complex tool and at the end of the day you be so confused on like how is the process even going, right?
Yes. Some people, what I have seen, they try to complicate the things, not just for themselves. Actually, they
Mm-hmm.
do just because they want to impress somebody. They want to impress their
True.
client,
True.
right? If you say that I use Notion, client thinks, oh, what is this tool? Most of
Exactly.
the client.
Exactly.
So they try to figure. So they leave an impression on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they, and I have seen some of people also use fancy words. They just try to impress the things
Very true.
to the people. But I
Very true.
don't do. I impress my clients, my coaches with my results, because I believe that is the ultimate, and that is the reason that person is coming for me
Understood.
and my
Totally.
services. So
Awesome.
it's been amazing.
Awesome, awesome. So with that, we have actually come to our end. And really, once again, thank you so much for accepting invitation and being on my show. And I'm gonna be like really happy because uh, I try to get this reach from my guest itself because now you've had this LinkedIn badge and all those things. Like I know when our video is gonna be out, like I'm pretty sure when I get a lot of traction. And in fact, you have your own YouTube as well, so I can tag you over there. So I'm glad that it's gonna give me also a lot of good eyeballs and reach.
Yes,
So is there
yes,
anything
yes.
else you wanted to add, Sachin,
Uh,
as a last thought?
Rest, I would say, keep doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and have a long vision, which I
Mm-hmm.
follow.
Mm-hmm.
And in entire of my life, I just had one word, you can say, or one line in myself.
Mm-hmm.
In Hindi, kuch to hoga, means I was in a worst phase. Then I was believe I will do better.
Understood.
I'll do something. I'll do better.
Understood.
I'm a special. I don't know. I was not reading any law of attraction or anything, but I don't know why it was coming from inside. I'll do better. I'll do something, and I am the best from the others.
Yeah, very true. And to reflect upon that, in fact, I think it's been around, if I'm not wrong, I think you've been creating content on LinkedIn for the past 6 to 7 years, if I'm not wrong. Probably 6 years.
3 to 4, 3 to 4, three
Okay,
to
three to
four.
four. I think probably 3 to 4. Yeah. I think when I was in college, third year, something like I think we go. And after third year is what you've got this badge, right? See, again, getting those badges not a very big thing. Okay, like people
I
shouldn't
think this
completely.
year in the January, this year in the
Exactly.
January we got it.
Yeah, I wanted to dive into that not because I'm telling you that everybody have to get that in order to impress other people. I'm not saying that. It's because I'm just saying that you have to like, as you said, you have to have this long vision to start creating. And one day like you're gonna get the results, right? It's always about this consistency and how long are you doing it, this persistent, right?
Yes, yes. And one thing I would say, I think in the initially also had communication with you, and I said if
Mm-hmm.
you can be consistent, then go for it. If you
Exactly.
cannot be consistent, give somebody who can be consistent.
Mm-hmm. True.
Example, initially I was when I was doing LinkedIn,
Mm-hmm.
I did for 5 months, 3 months, 3 to 5 months around there.
Okay.
I
Okay.
was consistent, but at
Mm-hmm.
that point I found myself that it is taking my energy. I'm not able to do it, so I
Mm-hmm.
started figuring out who can do it. So
Okay.
so I gave my LinkedIn services to somebody, and now on my behalf he was consistent.
Understood.
So
Fine.
that's the magic you can play. And not
Exactly.
consistent, that person level up to my LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can be consistent, do it. And if you cannot be, find somebody who can be consistent. In that sense, you have to pay that some amount,
Obviously. Yes.
right?
So again, thank you. So with that, we are gonna end this podcast.